Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Online 23rd Century Starfleet campaign. We're just about to beam down to Kobali Prime and see what this war with the Kobali and the Vaadwaur is all about. We only get 2 away team members with us.
Hello, I'm Captain Harry Kim, Starfleet's military liaison to Kobali Prime. The Vaadwaur have been assaulting the Kobali homeworld for months now. The Kobali are near a breaking point. They're not trained for war, not like the Vaadwaur. The Alliance is here to stop the Vaadwaur and help the Kobali reclaim their home. You and several others will be leading our forces here. I'll be doing some investigations to help support the effort. Good luck.
Alright, we are on Kobali Prime. And we'll talk to General Cannell.
I cannot tell you how good it is to have you here. Our people have been bombarded by the Vaadwaur for months. We cannot take much more of this. Before you go out to the field, I would ask your help within the city. Morale is at an all-time low, and our people could use a boost.
And he changed his name, apparently. And now we need to do 4 missions before this kind of episode is complete.
Fighting this war for nearly a year now, and it's taking a toll on our troops. We are a peaceful people. This is the first time my soldiers have been exposed to death and destruction on this scale. They're demoralized and depressed. I'm concerned about the long-term effects on their mental health. You have more experience than we do in battle. It would help if you could speak to our soldiers and share your insights. Please stop by the med bay. Some of the wounded there have asked to meet you.
Okay, so we have to cheer up some soldiers. Now it may be a little laggy here, because we're in the city, and there are many other players here. As well as some neat effects as the Vaadwaur bombard the city and their shells hit the shields. It's not really clear, but this is the med bay. And we'll speak with the injured soldiers.
You're part of the reinforcements that everyone was talking about. Please, you have to stop the Vaadwaur. We can't lose our home. Not after it took us so long to find it.
And we'll do everything we can to help.
Fifth time I've been in the med bay. Don't think I can go out again after this. Could you take over for me? Everyone here is so scared of the Vaadwaur. Someone has to be strong.
And we will stand against the Vaadwaur for him.
My brother, my sister, they're both dead. I couldn't help them. You have to avenge them. Make their deaths worth something. Do what I could not.
Thank you. It may not seem like much, but you've given those soldiers hope. We have several officers who were recently promoted, who might need some additional training, as well as several tasks that could use your presence. Would you mind taking one of them along to let him shadow you? There is so much we could learn from an experienced Starfleet officer.
Okay, what needs to be done?
We have Vaadwaur weapons that are known to have properties hazardous to the Kobali. Could you scan the crates containing the weapons and determine what the chemical traces are? Nothing we have has been able to identify it. And I've been told you are quite skilled in this area.
Alright, so we have to find these special weapons. Well, first we have to find a tycoon, which I think is the equivalent of like a minor officer, like a lieutenant or something. I could be wrong. Yeah, it's like a recently promoted officer, so that's like a lieutenant.
Reporting for duty, sir. It is a pleasure to watch you in action, sir. How interesting. I hadn't thought to calibrate our scanners to detect the chemicals in that frequency. Where did you learn how to do that?
And then we'll tell him that we need to basically scan for difficult signatures.
Interesting. I have so little experience out in the field. I've just been studying everything that I can. Sorry to interrupt. Let's continue.
Alright, let's find more of these special Vaadwaur weapons. And he's going to tell the other Hanchons what he's learned.
This is Captain Kim. I found some information for you.
And a Hanchon, I think, is about captain level. If I remember my ranks correctly, anyway.
Permission to speak freely.
Well, what is it, Captain Kim?
Something isn't right here. I've done some investigating, and I don't think the Kobali are being entirely truthful with us.
And I wonder what the captain has found.
Not so much found as observed. The Vaadwaur clearly have superior firepower, tactics, and training, right? So why haven't they already wiped the Kobali out? They haven't hesitated to do so on other worlds. Sure, the Kobali have a shield around the capital, but they've been fighting the Vaadwaur for months now, and they're consistently losing troops and territory. I don't understand how the Vaadwaur haven't already taken the capital and finished this.
Unless the Vaadwaur's goal is not to take the city.
Exactly. There has to be some other objective for the Vaadwaur here, and we need to find out what it is. We have to help the Kobali. We can't do it if we're blinded.
Alright, let's let the captain continue investigating.
Understood. I won't let you down.
We can't stop until the Vaadwaur leave our world.
And we've done what we could in the city.
Assistance. Your presence here means we're not fighting alone anymore. That's more important than you know. My son is in the trenches now, and he could use your... Wait, what's that?
Well, what is it?
The Vaadwaur are at the gates. You have to help them.
Well, apparently we have to help them. Again, I could use the frosted boots, but we would rush ahead and leave these two behind. And apparently my duplicates have decided to start dancing for some reason. And Solar makes short work of them. We'll look for more Vaadwaur, actually.
Kim here. Something definitely isn't right. The General's waiting for you. I'll keep trying to figure this out.
And we'll return to the General.
My son Jatanian is commanding our forces outside the city. The Vaadwaur should never have reached us without so much as a warning from him. Something must have happened. Here is his position in the field. Take the nearby transporter and make your way to his command post. He may need assistance.
Now it says you can use the transporter. However, it's offline. So we're going to have to walk. We have to walk everywhere. Which is where the frosted boots comes in. Our bridge officers will catch up.
We're hanging in there, but we could use your help.
So, you're the General's son?
I am, although I understand your confusion. Kobali reproduce by reanimating corpses and then integrating them into our society. We're assigned to existing family groups who teach and care for us. My first life was a long one. I don't remember it, however. I am Kobali, and my father is a source of inspiration and wisdom for me.
Okay.
My people do not reproduce in what you would consider a normal fashion. Instead, we use a genetic virus to alter the DNA of corpses from other species, reanimating them and transforming them into Kobali. We call this process rebirth. The process takes several months. Afterward, a new Kobali is assigned to a family group who will help him or her adjust to our culture and learn our language. All memories of the Constaya or past life are left behind. It can be difficult to accept this new life. My father was of great help to me during this time. Some Kobali cannot accept the change and flee to search for their former lives. In these cases, it's our duty to find these lost souls and help them return.
Now, to me this is a fairly rude question, especially in the middle of a war zone.
This is not something we normally discuss with outsiders. Suffice it to say, our ancestors experimented with forces they did not understand, and we were irrevocably changed by their folly. Faced with our own extinction, we found a way to survive. Now rebirth is the greatest gift we can give to the dead. Who wouldn't want a second chance at life? Yes, we have two problems. Our transporters in our forward base have stopped working, and troop morale is low after the last attack. Could you give us a hand by getting more soldiers back into the fight? I'm still looking into the issue with the transporters.
Alright, let's see what we can do with the soldiers. All this really entails is just talking to all of these soldiers and occasionally fighting Vaadwaur.
Thank you. The soldiers have been beaten down so much I can barely keep them going, but they seem bolstered by the outside help. We still have no idea what's disrupting our transporters. Maybe you can find something on the Vaadwaur or from any of their crates in that area.
Alright, so our next objective is to defeat Vaadwaur. Which it looks like we might have some help. Unfortunately, it might mean we have to compete for kills. Now we just need to break in the fighting, so that way we can talk to our officers. Okay, so we'll try to find a way to disable the inhibitors. Yeah, I didn't want to take too long with the fighting. So these devices are basically blocking the transporters. And we have to disable 3 of them. And thankfully they're clustered pretty close together. And now we just need to activate the transporter. And then we get access to not only the city, but the western outskirts. And we also can do these found missions, but I'm not going to do that. Now, apparently, Captain Kim has more information.
I've been noticing something strange. When I first met the Kobali, they didn't seem to be a particularly religious people. Lindsay, July I mean, certainly didn't say anything about it. However, now, almost every Kobali I've met follows one creed. And there's a temple located just beyond the trenches. I've tried to find out more about their practices, but they keep telling me it's forbidden to share them with outsiders.
Alright, so do you think this is a kind of war?
Maybe, but I don't remember the Vaadwaur having a particular belief system either. This may not be much, but I'll continue my investigations. Maybe this one is a dead end.
Not a religious war, then I wonder what it is. Even though I'm pretty sure Gaul already told us what's wrong between the Kobali and the Vaadwaur. But at least it gives the captain something to do. Yes, only Kobali can enter the temple. But we do get one of their split beam rifles. Which isn't too bad, actually. It has a small chance to heal.
I'm sorry, but could you return later? I believe you need a break. You've already done so much for us. We couldn't possibly ask you for more. Thank you again.
It's acting kind of odd.
I've discovered a few interesting things that can help us with the Kobali. Do you have anything on your end?
Yeah, the general's acting odd.
I've been thinking. Our only way to find out what the Kobali are hiding is through the Vaadwaur. We need to find out where they're focusing their attacks, and then why. That may be able to shed some light on the situation.
Alright, first we need to find out how the Vaadwaur communicate.
Yes. My crew was looking into why our signal jammers weren't working, and we found that the Vaadwaur have comm beacons in all of their camps that act as a miniature subspace array. They can't be jammed because they're shielded, and they provide all the Vaadwaur need for controlled, secure communications. Ingenious, really. I wonder if the Starfleet Corps of Engineers could whip up something like that for us. If Milana were here, I'm sure she could. Anyway, if we could place a trace on one of the Vaadwaur beacons...
We'd have access to all of their communications.
Exactly. Once we find out where the Vaadwaur plan to attack, we can reinforce the Kobali and find out what, if anything, they're hiding. There are 4 communications arrays in the trenches area. Planting a trace on each of them should allow the engineers on your ship to spy on the Vaadwaur.
Alright, I'll handle putting a trace on the communications arrays. And we'll go to the city outskirts. Uh-oh. Okay, just a lot of lag there. It's mainly due to all the intense action going on. Okay, so that's one of the arrays. Thanks to the Romulan flamethrower, the Vaadwaur don't live for too long. Right, only one more signal array to go. Now it's important not to let yourself get surrounded. Now that mission that we just got is kind of an open mission. Nell and Exil is down. I'm not going to do the open missions. Just send the information to our ship. Okay, so the Vaadwaur discovered our trace. However, we know what the Vaadwaur are up to. They're after the temple.
Your timing is impeccable. A large squad of armed Kobali just left, but they wouldn't say where they were going. Did you find any information?
Yeah, the Vaadwaur after the Kobali Temple.
The temple? That must be where the Kobali are going. We have to help the Kobali defend that temple. Afterwards, maybe we can see why it's so important to Vaadwaur.
Alright, we'll go to the temple. And we'll take the shortcut out of the base. And we failed that mission. Now, someone's already started this open mission, which is actually part of the mission that we're on.
The temple is secure and the doors to it are still open? This is our chance. Go ahead. I'll be there as soon as I can.
Alright, we'll wait for him inside. And we'll begin the Dragon's Teeth.
Looks like we've made it to the lowest level of the temple. Let's see what's in there.
But I think we'll continue in the next video. Thanks for watching.